So a few weeks ago, there was an open letter from the Institute of Future of Humanity or something like that.
Yep.
The call is not for posing research, but it's posing of training of next generation models until we have enough time to figure out the potential societal implication of this new technology. I'm kind of in favor of that approach in general, which is we don't try to slow down research or slow down. It wouldn't be a bad idea to figure out what's the safe way to roll this type of technology to society. And if you accept that society agree that a simple thing like an aspirin or paracetamol needs safety regulation system around how we introduce this type of drug to society, you must agree that technology of this type of power should also be, I don't want to say the word regulated, but I would say we need to have an informed discussion, society needs to have, especially democratic societies, about the potential bad and good implication of this type of technology so we don't end up in one of those Black Mirror futures, as you mentioned.
But I mean, what do you think a pause is going to do? If it's just, 6 months and we're going to keep on that road, or what's going to happen in that 6 months?
First of all, it's a great question, and no one knows. The real question we need to have some time is we need to have an informed discussion in a societal level between leadership, academia, industry about what are we worried about. I'm an optimist. I think that you are as well. And the way to avoid a disaster is to think about all the possible bad ways something can happen and manage it. So I think a bit of time is not unwise.
The challenge is to do this globally. If one country, I think this is also what's happening, there seems to be a bit of a race, whether we talk about China and the US or here or anywhere, is what the incentives are. And I think it's important to maybe think about how can this occur consistently across the globe, because what's happening is maybe some countries can do this and others will keep going. And I think that's where we're seeing this challenge, both on a company by company level. If we look at what's happening, there's a bit of an arms race really on what's going on, but equally at a country level. So how do you think that can happen globally though?
So we have a beautiful institution called the United Nations, and I do think that at the end of the day we are all a part of the species called the human species.
Yeah.
Everyone's objective in the planet is to have their kids grow up in a safe environment.
Yeah.
And I think this type of new technology is not dissimilar to the nuclear, the innovation in the 40s and the 50s.
Yeah.
Sure, we can use nuclear for bombs, but you can also have cheap, abundant energy. But alongside nuclear research, there came nuclear safety research.
Yeah.
And and government did intervene. Nuclear energy was managed on a societal level because of the potential downsides. I do believe it is possible to reach an agreement between the world leaders around the safe development and deployment of these critical technologies of our future.